Alright, I was up late last night doing taxes. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so what have we got? Yeah, super fun. Okay, so Ancient Inheritance Revamp Beta. So they're calling it a beta, right? That way if it sucks or is buggy or doesn't work right, we can't be mad because it's just a beta, right? I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Let's see. The new Ancient Inheritance, previously shared through Merwin's Express Mail, is set to commence on Monday. We apologize for the delay to the previous announced schedule. Yeah, this was due out in October or November. It was due out like the week before Thanksgiving, so it's a little past due. Images below are currently under development and subject to change. So we got this this kicking ice entrance to the lair, right? Pretty awesome. The new Ancient Inheritance involves exploring the ancient dragon's tomb in Eureka. So we're raiding Mort's tomb, located in the Frozen Tundra. As this adventure unfolds, significant rule changes will be applied, and we'd like to provide an overview through this developer note. Elemental level system. So class levels will be changed to element levels. So instead of picking like a primary and a secondary and possibly a tertiary class and just leveling those classes, it looks like we'll be picking elements. Maybe a primary and a tertiary, or primary and secondary element, possibly a tertiary, but that may be spreading a little thin. They're gonna have to do a lot to convince me. Hey, Taku, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. They're gonna have to do a lot to convince me not to pick just light and dark. I don't know, fire's pretty good too. Hell yeah. Thank you, Leocomania. I appreciate the sub, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. So, elemental system. So what are good elements, right? We always like having dual attackers in Ancient Inheritance. And we got Singelica and Kitty in dark, and we've got Camilla for light, and we've got Conqueror Lilius. Even though she doesn't always pull the highest attack unit, she's still viable. Where else do we have dual attackers? I guess we have Green Leica, and we have Fire Ken. Yeah, I think fire is going to be really important. Fire is really, really strong. We've got Ken. You're right. There's Ross as well. You got Fire Lilius. Fire, light, and dark. I think it might even be fire and light, but fire and dark's got a lot of potential too. And we really have to see how this goes, right? It's obvious they're going to say, here's a group of monsters to fight. I mean, look at this screenshot right here, right? This first fight, they're showing 2 blues and a green. So if you have fire and dark, you're not going to get anything from doing this fight. I mean, you'll get some rewards, but you're not going to get any level points. You're not going to level your classes. But if you've got light and dark, if you got ice and dark, you'll level your ice units, but not your dark units. So a lot depends on how diverse the colors are. I think it's going to be a case just like old AI, where you're not going to want to be a jack of all trades, master of none, right? You're probably going to want to work with the rest of the team, and maybe team colors this time will involve what elements you focus in. Maybe you want to make sure you've got all the elements covered throughout the guild. It's going to add an extra layer of difficulty for the guild commanders to manage, for sure. But it's different. I'm kind of digging that. Hey, Fullbuster, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. And Biscuit Spore, good to see you, man. Good to see you. We're just going over the AI notes and speculating a little bit. Okay, so you can gain element XP by engaging in battles with monsters and other activities Interesting. So there will be other ways to raise your levels that aren't specifically fighting advantageous elements. Upon winning battles, you acquire XP for the element that is advantageous against the monster's element. So like I said, in this team, killing that green guy would raise your fire XP. Killing the blue guys would raise your earth XP. but no one else would get XP from fighting the monsters, I guess. Yeah, it says that right here. When an element level increases, the stats of the hero belonging to that element increase. So just like when you increase stat points, it looks like it's just going to automatically pump experience points into your element system and level and increase the stats of those elements. It'll be interesting to see how fast you can level an element. That really is going to determine whether or not you can take, 1, 2, or 3 elements. I suspect it's going to be much like before, where you have a limited number of heroes you can recruit. So you probably are not going to want to go with every element under the sun. A sample. If you're only allowed to have 10 units for the first couple of floors, you don't want to have, just 4 of each or 2 of each unit. You aren't going to be able to make teams at that point. It'll also be interesting to see how they handle wardens and bosses, if they're going to be elementally locked in a certain way. So let's see. Yeah, and they're showing, instead of the classes on the side, we have the elemental symbols, and they do have light and dark on here, so they are allowing light and dark to be elementally leveled. It's not going to be just RGB. Bosses and warden raids. When starting an exploration on each floor, the bosses and wardens do not initially appear. So the boss and the wardens don't initially appear. Defeating normal and elite monsters allows you to accumulate points to summon the boss. Join forces with your guild members to gather boss points. Okay, so we have to beat the crap out of normal and elite mobs. So they're going to force us to do... I mean, they probably saw like, hey, nobody was doing the normal monster fights until like looting day, right? So this is a way they're trying to force us to do the normal monster fights, and that's going to accumulate enough boss points to piss off the boss enough that he appears. And when you've accumulated enough points, the boss monster summoned, we run over and we beat the crap out of the boss. And I assume by the boss they mean like the priest, right? The floor boss. When the boss's health drops to a certain level, I bet it's 50%, the boss temporarily retreats, and wardens appear to protect the boss. Okay, and then you have to defeat the wardens to bring the boss back. Oh my god. Okay, so we've got to go and fight a bunch of mobs to make the boss appear, and then we run over and fight the boss and knock him to half health probably, and that makes the wardens appear, and then we got to run all the way across the map again to where the wardens are, fight the wardens, and kill the wardens, and that'll make the boss come back. We got to run all the way across the map again and kill the boss, and then once you've defeated the reappeared boss, floor 1 is cleared, allowing you to proceed to the next floor. Wow, that's going to be a lot of running. This ancient inheritance consists of a total of 3 floors. So it's not really 3 floors if you think about it, it's 6, right? Because before, you ran to the wardens, killed the wardens, ran to the boss, killed the boss, next floor. Now it's, you run to the normal fights, run to the boss, run to the wardens, run back to the boss. So it's like there's floor 1, and then there's floor 1.5, and then you get to floor 2. So each floor is kind of 2 floors worth of walking around and fighting and stuff. So it feels more like 6 floors than 3, as far as the amount of stamina, time, and effort put into this. Man, it's going to take a lot of organization. But it's cool, it's different. I'm down. Okay, Ancient Dragon Tomb. Okay, it looks like they're calling the boss points, they're calling it Ancient Dragon Rage, I guess. Collect Ancient Dragon Rage by eliminating boss monsters with guild members. Once you collect all the Ancient Dragon's Rage, the Destroyer Prongo will appear. That's the boss of floor 1. So we'll need to get 1,000 rage points by slaughtering. So I guess the big brain move of this is to have hunter killers and have boss fighters, and you send the hunter killers out to go and ping the small mobs while the boss killers are hanging out around where boss Prongo procs. And then they slam and kill boss Prongo when he appears, and then the hunter killers move over and take out the wardens, and then once the wardens are dead, they rejoin the rest of the team and finish the boss off and move on to the next floor together. I think that's going to be the basic strat. At least that's my knee-jerk on how we'll handle that. Let's see. I guess that's Pongo and That's probably not a warden, right? Because it's blocking access. That's probably one of the, well, no, it's got the warden symbol, right? Oh, no. I take it back. That's a warden. That level 6 dragon is a warden. It's got the warden symbol, and this level 5 dragon in front of it is just a regular mob or, elite mob. Okay. Various new relics with unique effects. So this is good. They're mixing up the starting relics. I really wanted them to make the starting relics be just generic, right? Something that didn't really impact that much, or something where they all were really, really good, instead of mixing up the 3 of them are great and 3 of them are trash, and you hope you don't get RNG loss on that. Let's see what they give us. Relics will also be updated to align with the new ancient inheritance. While relics can be used independently, you can experiment with various combinations of synergistic effects. Example, combining a relic that increases movement range with one that allows teleportation to tiles. Allows teleportation to tiles within the movement range. Bro, that's a cool mechanic. That's something new. As you raise your exploration level through object usage and tile movement, you can access a wider variety of relics. So that's really no different, right? You get relics from relic statues most likely, and as your exploration level goes up by using objects, moving through tiles, you're going to be able to proc a wider variety of relics. You're going to open up relic slots. But it does... This is implying to me that exploration level and elemental level are 2 different systems. So there's going to be ways to level your units by fighting mobs, and probably by getting like the ancient tomes, the books that give you experience points for leveling your units. And then there's going to be exploration levels, which will be from wandering around, using objects, opening chests. And that's what's going to allow you to access relics and get loot. So it looks like there's going to be, you know, 2 different ways this system's working. Let's see, Vitality Brew. Mobility range is increased by 1 cell. Why wouldn't this... Okay, this doesn't say provisions anymore, right? So they're revamping provisions. Otherwise, it would, you know, why would they say it's increasing your mobility range? So it looks like they are going to be doing something with our movement, with our ability to move around the map in XP. Or, sorry, move around the map and our number of hexes we can move outside of just provisions. So that's a good tip that something's going to be going on here. Snakehead figuring, when using objects, increase Tundra's Blessing effect by 2 in the next battle. Tundra's Blessing, when battling, increase damage dealt. Okay, so just a raw damage booster. Conqueror's Flag, when defeating a monster that is 2 or more levels higher than the elemental level, decrease monster's health by an additional 1. Okay, so, this is encouraging you to fight things stronger than you, but this will eventually peter out, right? When you hit a high enough level that you're higher than most of the monsters, it's going to discourage you from maybe hitting needed monsters. I really hope they give us a full list of the 6 relics that are available in the patch notes tomorrow, so that we can kind of min-max and figure out which one's the best. Abandoned bag. It appears to contain a piece of paper inside. Rewards 50 XP. Okay, so I wonder if this XP is for your element, or if it's for your exploration level. Treasure chests and exchange rewards. To open a treasure chest, you will need an Ancient Dragon's Key. Oh, hell. Ancient Dragon's Keys can be obtained as a reward for leveling up by exploration levels or through battles with monsters. Okay, so change of plans. We're gonna need... We can't just park a bunch of people by the priest or by the boss, because they aren't going to be able to get keys, because they aren't going to be doing battles. So everybody has to do some battles to get keys to open chests. You know what this does? This craps all over loot goblins. People just log in, run around, open up chests so that they can buy stuff in the exchange, don't really contribute. This makes everybody kind of need to be a contributing member of the guild to assist with doing battles and exploring to get the keys to open up the chests. Otherwise, they aren't going to be able to loot goblin. In the exchange, you can obtain powerful 88 equipment and runes as rewards. So, to the exchange shop. The exchange is the shop, right? This isn't, yeah, this is the shop. So there'll be 88 gear, which there always has been, but they're adding runes as well. I suspect by runes, they don't mean spirit altar runes. I suspect by runes, they mean the transmog gems, right? The things where you can reset gear. Because, I mean, who gives a rat's ass if it's spirit altar runes? So here's the chest, right? And it's locked with a key. So if you're a loot goblin, hey, look, there I am. So if you want to, run and grab this chest, you're gonna have to beat up some monsters. Neat. I'm down. So far, so good. Ooh, here's the gear. Hey, speed set. We got speed set back, everybody. And HP set, which is really nice, too. Yeah, they didn't mean runes, right? They meant restoration mana stones. Hey, these are the purple ones. These are the ones for fixing 88 gear. Remember, we haven't... The only place we saw these in the past was for, like, a shit ton of sky stones in the Hoochie shop. So they're giving it to us here. That's a great incentive, man. All those people who got the, you know, 88 gear that they want to reroll, this is a way to do it. Related details will also be provided through the update notice to be posted tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. In additionally, as this is the first occurrence of the revamped Ancient Inheritance, the event will be extended for a temporary running period of 3 heckin' weeks. About freaking time. This is really good news, right? I mean, because I think it's going to be more walking than 4 floors of prior Ancient Inheritance. Unless they shrink the maps down, this could potentially be a lot more walking. So I'm glad they're giving us 3 weeks to do it. I hope they reset the, a stamina system, right? Maybe every day you get a full burst of provisions instead of... Yeah, it should be tonight. You should get a full burst of provisions instead of, every day instead of just a handful of extra. Yeah, Nacho, they should keep it for 3 weeks like forever. That would be great. Okay, well, that is Ancient Inheritance. I guess we will see how that pans out. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Like I said, I will stream this Monday morning when it starts. We'll put the dream team back together, myself, Divine, Biako, maybe a couple other people, and we'll jump in a Discord call and we'll live stream it, and you guys can experience the dungeon right there with me live, and we'll just make the videos. Ancient Inheritance releases on Monday. Tonight, they are dropping more information, more details, patch notes about what actually this is going to entail. So that is excellent. We've been waiting for this for a while. We've already got the people over at Team Bread working on maps, coming up with new and different map systems so that we'll be able to make life a little bit easier getting around Ancient Inheritance. I bet it already says it right in here if you go in. Nope. But after they drop it, it's going to say it's going to open in a couple of days. Yeah, I talked to Derp. He is definitely making a guide, so that'll be nice. His guide is, you know, really good for this. Let me see. I got a example of some of the assets that we'll be using on the maps. Let me find it for you here. So it's going to look a little like this, where the color of the swords is going to denote the style of fight. So, you know, fire, water, earth, light, and dark fights, along with the level of the bosses, the level of the mobs that are there. So we'll have the maps up and make it kind of easy. You know, you don't have to miss the warrior cheese. In fact, now you can pick the warrior cheese. You just need to pick the elements of the, you know, you can pick, you can still do the, well, you know what though? We don't know what the bosses are going to be. We don't know if they're going to be cheesable or not, but, I'm a little bit pensive about the elemental system. I'm not going to knock it till I try it. I think it's going to be a lot of work. But, you know, in the past we were juggling 5 classes, but we weren't really, right? Because there was only really warriors, weavers, and mages. Rangers really sucked. Thieves giga sucked. Knights were only for cheesing certain bosses. So it was really a 3-caste system with, you know, a handful of people that messed around for certain niche uses. Elements, though, there's really not bad elements for this, especially if the way they spread the mobs out, it kind of I mean, what if you can't get the rage points without defeating all the elements? You're either going to have to take an L and do some fights that give you no XP, or you're going to have to make sure your guild's got all the elements covered and send people to the right place. Maybe we'll base teams on elements. You know, fire and water, fire people on the red team, water people on the blue team. I don't know, even that's going to be a little chaotic. It'll be interesting to see how the tacticians plan this out and what ideas they come up with to make this work. Yeah, Fire Elemental can give Chaos Inquisitor, but Chaos Inquisitor may not work. He worked against the Golem fight, or the Golem fight, and there's no golems here. It's all dragon themed, right? It's going to be like season 1, right? We all fumbled around. I mean, the one advantage that we have is Asia server is 1 day ahead of us. So while we're chilling here on Sunday trying to come up with ideas, they're actually out there exploring, and that's part of how we do the map room in Bread's room. Is we've got a whole bunch of people who just feed us screenshots and intel from some of the top Asian guilds and give us all of the info, and that's how we build the maps in advance. We'll also be able to, we'll be able to see the layouts, see where the elements are, get rough ideas on tactics and strategy. It's going to be a little hard to give people in advance, this is what to do guide, because that info is going to roll in last minute, because it's like 3 p.m. on Sunday is when we get this info. The day's already half gone, but I'm really looking forward to this. It's something new and exciting, and I really, really like guild PvE. If you're in a crummy guild, check the link in the description of this video. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and there'll be a link to my Discord. We've got a guild hall with everybody from, like, you know, the number, you know, top 3 Guild War guilds all the way down to I just started last week guilds. So we'll find a place for you, and make sure you get into a guild that is capable of doing Ancient Inheritance and not just being terrible. So here to help you guys out with that. I've already gotten dozens of people asking me to place in guilds, so jump in that server quickly if you're looking, because guilds will fill up fast and it'll be a little tougher to place people. Well, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow we'll post another one that will go over the released information and the new patch notes, and we will see more about what Ancient Inheritance holds. So until then, I will catch you guys next time.